Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. So I've got something a little bit different going on in this video. Last year, I picked up this old Pettibone forklift that somebody had chopped up and made it into a log loader with a grapple on it of some sort. Earlier this year, we shuffled it around the yard here and robbed the two rear corners off of it. And that was the reason I bought this machine. I picked it up for a few $1,000s for the planetary parts. I've already stole the rear planetaries off of it. I still need to get the front planetaries off of it, but I would also like to get this thing chopped up and out of my yard. Probably weighs about 27,000 pounds the way it sits right now. And, not having it mobile is just a pain in the butt. It's taking up a bunch of real estate here in my little shop yard. So I figured I would just bring you along and see if we could get some content of me chopping this thing up and getting it out of here. The goal basically is to get the front corners off of it. Not necessarily first, but eventually that's what we really want to save. I also would like to keep the 471 Detroit out of it. I really don't know why, other than it runs, and it's kind of a shame to throw something like that away. So we'll try and yank that thing out. And then I have a friend that's interested in the transmission for his Pettibone loader that he actually uses. So we'll just see what we can get here. I'll set up the video camera and maybe do mostly time lapse. Maybe I'll get a little commentary. I'm pretty sure at some point I'll probably have Allison in there running the crane again. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Well, as luck would have it today, it's a little bit windy, so hopefully my audio isn't just complete crap. But here we've got that 471 that I was talking about. Obviously someone has swapped this into this machine. I don't think it would have originally been equipped with an engine this big. This machine probably would have had a 453, something along those lines in it. I have no idea, no history on anything in the machine, especially the engine, but I do know it runs. It seems to run pretty fair. So if I can yank it out of there without a whole bunch of trouble, probably hang on to that. And as I had mentioned, a friend of mine could use the transmission. It's pretty well buried in there. We'll see if we can salvage that. And then the real reason that I bought the machine was the corners, which I've already taken them off the rear. And we've got these ones up here up front. So once we get to that point, or a good point, we can get those removed, and those will be spare parts for Midnight Panic. Probably gonna get to use that machine a bit, do this job. We're all stripped down and in small enough pieces that I can load on my trailer and haul to scrap, or have the scrap guys come out here and load it on their trailer for them. We'll see how it goes. Well, that breeze I mentioned earlier today has blown a storm in on me here. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and pick my tools up and call it a day, which is fine. I only have maybe an hour and a half of daylight left anyway, if that. I did get the engine pretty much ready to come out. Rear motor mounts are all undone. The drive coupler from the engine to the torque converter is all undone. I'm basically down to 4 motor mount bolts up front and maybe a couple of hoses up here. Get what's left of this hood here lifted off out of the way. So I guess really I'm in limbo until I have a crane operator here anyhow. She should be here in the morning, and hopefully with any luck, this storm will be done doing its thing and we can have maybe a little sunshine tomorrow. If that's the case, we'll continue taking this thing apart in the morning.
I'm missing.
Yep. Careful of your knuckles there.
I noticed. Happened once today.
Much better pulling on it, huh?
Kind of.
Rather than pushing the wrench.
Kind of.
Want me to come over and pull on the wrench instead of holding this camera?
Yes.
Well, as you can probably tell, there's not a lot of commentary in this video. Just Allison and I, you know, burning up a couple hours, the nicest hours over a couple of day period to take this old Pettibone here apart. Got good use of the crane. That thing's actually pretty handy, so I won't be tearing that apart anytime real soon. We did end up with a pretty good pile of, you know, scrap iron here. So between this lift boom part and the main frame over there, plus other stuff that I have around the yard over here, the grapple, and there's several pretty heavy chunks of iron around here. Hopefully I can haul all this stuff into the local scrap yard, maybe do a little bartering. They've got a truck down there that I've kind of got my eye on. If they'll do some trading with me, maybe I'll end up with another project here at the shop. I am going to hang on to that 471 Detroit. I really don't know why. I don't need it for anything, but it is a running engine, so there's no point in throwing it away. Hang on to a couple of the tires and wheels because they will fit the crane. We've also got the transmission out of that Pettibone. I know a guy that needs that for his carry lift. And then back behind me, I've got the front axle assembly out of this machine here that has two good corners on it that I can use for the monster truck. So that's pretty much it. Nothing special. You know, not everything is sunglasses and autographs. Sometimes you got to do the dirty work, clean up the yard, and keep a few parts around here for other projects. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good one. We'll give it another try here in a second.
Let it flow.
And then we might have to put the battery charger on it.
Oof.
The big battery charger's at the house, huh?
Yeah.
You about fell on your butt.
Yes.